Hello everyone, if you're watching one of my videos for the very first time, welcome. My name is Adrienne and I empower moms to provide a stable, healthy environment for their kids by supporting them through homeschooling and sharing ways to live toxin-free. So this video is kind of like a miscellaneous one for homeschooling. I just wanted to share a couple things that I have found helpful, maybe some tips. So I don't really have a great title for this video, but it's just kind of a miscellaneous batch of information. So the first and probably the most important tip or idea I can give you is to remember to be flexible. The freedom of homeschooling is one of the many perks, right? We have lots of options, lots of possibilities that we can incorporate it into our life, but you have to remember to be flexible. This morning I had an errand to run, so we made just a little morning of it. We stopped at a park and played outside, got some nice sunshine, but then we got home. I had to kind of alter my school day because we didn't have the same amount of time that we normally do. So I hit the big subjects like reading and math, and then the other ones we'll get to this afternoon in a little bit. So our day is a little choppier, but it allows us for the freedom to do things that we want to do and have some playtime in between. So be flexible. If you have multiple kids that you're homeschooling, you need to give yourself grace. You need to do as much as you can at the times that you can, and God will fill in the rest, right? We have to trust that we are doing as much as we can and trust that God will fill in all the gaps that we are inadequacies rather. So I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And right now I am schooling my 8-year-old and my 4-year-old, but my 2-year-old wants to feel like she is a part of it as well. So I kind of bounce back and forth between the three of them, keeping the little ones occupied while I'm working on a lesson with my older one. They love to look at books. Sometimes I'll bring out a special bin of toys that they can only play with when it's special school time. So it's a special basket of toys that they don't get to see all the time. Anything to kind of keep it new and exciting. Once I get my 8-year-old going on some independent work, then I'll bounce over to my 4-year-old and help her work on cutting, or we'll sing our ABCs, or we'll do a little reading. I might read some library books, and my 2-year-old likes to just tag along with my 4-year-old usually. So I will have things for her to do so she feels like she's a part of it, even if she's not working on the same exact thing that we're doing with preschool. So find a way to make it work for your family, and I promise it will be challenging, but it will be worth it. So worth it. So that's how it works for me. I have heard of other parents who have outside help. Maybe you have like a mother-in-law or you have a nanny and they take care of the little ones while you school with the older one, or maybe you do it at nap time. I have other things like making this video at nap time that I have to do. So I like to get school done in the morning, and my daughter works best in the morning when it's fresh, and then she has the rest of the day to do what she wants. We really try and finish school in our home before lunch, because after lunch it's kind of like a chill time, a play time, fill in all the gaps time. That's my time to take care of house stuff and anything I do with my businesses, and it's just nice to have all of our schoolwork done in the morning. That's what works for us, but every family is different, and sometimes schedules and plans and things get in the way. My 4-year-old has therapy, so sometimes we have to alter our school day to accommodate that, but you have to figure out what works best for your family. I'm just sharing some ideas that I use. Just make sure that you're involving your kids as much as possible, right? Even my 2-year-old feels like she's doing school, even though she's super young to even be considering pre-K. It's probably going to be a couple more years where she's just playing school. But when we're singing songs and that, she is catching on, and she does sing along with us, so that's fun too. And then one other thing I wanted to share in this video, I was on Canva. I love doing graphics and just finding different ways to make things pretty and fun, and I've never thought to search for homeschool resources before. I don't know why that never crossed my mind, but today I just went in Canva and I typed in homeschool, and there were like a bajillion resources. There's things that have CVC, so that's the consonant, vowel, consonant, activities. They have little stories. There's different pages for tracing, like tracing your name and writing. They have coloring pages. There's different cutting practice, like my preschooler's working on cutting, so they have the different lines, the straight and the zigzag and the curvy. There's counting pages, For math, there's letters where it's the big letter that they can color and then extra practice at the bottom. There were different math pages for subtraction, and then a couple other files that as a homeschooler you may or may not use. It depends on your preference. They have a goal template for starting a SMART goal. So that's something that's very specific and very targeted to what you are working on. It may come in handy for when your kids get older and they can really understand. Mine are still pretty young. We do set goals and we do talk about them, but they're not SMART goals. They're not super specific. They're kind of general and broad. And then there's also a bunch of different formats for report cards. So I thought that was pretty cool. My daughter is in 3rd grade, so I do keep track of grades, but I just write it in a little grade book. And I think it would be fun to make like an official report card like you might get at school, just to make it official and kind of fun. I thought that was neat. And then I also sell a ABC packet that I created on Canva that I use with my preschooler, where it has the letter with an activity that they can do and then extra practice writing the letter and little pictures that they can circle or color that go along with the letter. So I will put that link somewhere, probably in the descriptions or the comments. Yeah, so I hope that gave you some value, and I hope this miscellaneous tip video was beneficial. So keep plugging along with your homeschooling. I promise, even when you feel like you are having a rough day with homeschooling, that you are doing so much more than you realize, and you get to spend this precious time with your children. So keep plugging along, keep doing your best, and God will do the rest.